Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to Four Guys in a Bar podcast, sponsored by Chiefs Blitz and presented by Dave Purdy with Supreme Lending. For your mortgage solutions, call Dave today at 816-405-5831. That's 816-405-5831 because he's pretty good. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome to the next edition of Chiefs Blitz. I am your host, Nick Athan. My partner extraordinaire, Mr. Hense Todd, our producer, and we are talking to you live at 6:18 Central Time. The Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers are in a slugfest late in the fourth quarter. We'll keep you updated by the end of the show. We will know if the Chiefs are going to be at Buffalo next Sunday, which I want, or they'll be home against the Houston Texans, which I may not want so much. Anyway, before we get started.
The score is 30-17. So.
I guess that does it. All right, well, let's talk about our sponsor of the show, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. You can reach him at 816-729-3785. If you're looking for a real estate advisor, somebody that you can trust, it's going to walk you through the experience of finding the right house in the right situation, make sure it's good for your family, make sure the inspections are done properly, and make sure that you get the best deal that you can. Give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785. He is currently helping me and Miss Chiefs Blitz find a house, and I am bugging him to death, and he does all my inquiries with a smile. I know him in great hands. Give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. And with that, we bring in the other senior member, Lou Montagna, Coach Andre Tillman, and of course, as I mentioned, Mr. Hense Todd. And we are going to talk about the Chiefs and the Dolphins.
Well, real quick, guys, we know Steelers. Listen, I'm excited almost to the Steelers just scored, but no, Buffalo just scored. Guys, the Chiefs are going to Buffalo. They're going to Buffalo.
We don't care. We go in Buffalo. We don't care about none of that. Because you know what, guys? You know what? Because we had that what? Hey, we taking it right into Buffalo.
We don't care about Kelsey up there, man. Donna is
Buffalo.
Donna up there. She's going along with it. She's just going with it.
Donna is just rocking.
She's turned
up.
Yeah,
she is.
She is turned
up. Let's go, Chiefs Kingdom.
Hey, four guys in a bar at night. Things are going to get out of hand. I've got no sunlight here.
I might be a little bright. Hey, let's go. Hey, Kingdom. Hey, I told y'all, guys. Nobody don't believe in us. Nobody believe. We going to take this. Mahomes don't go on the road with his crack helmet and crack everybody else's helmet over there in Buffalo. So let's go. Chiefs by 82.
Yeah. Well,
there we go.
I mean, listen. I mean, it looks like Bills are up 14 points. I've said all along this is the game that I want. I want to go to Buffalo. Buffalo lost two more starting linebackers today. One of them looks pretty serious. I'm not sure about the other one. They are using safeties in linebacker situations. And if Mason Rudolph can make some of the plays he's made in the second half against that decimated defense, if the Chiefs defense shows up, I like Patrick Mahomes' odds to win his first true road game, as the NFL starting quarterback. We have been spoiled, rotten. The kid has never gone on the road to shut up his critics and just to improve his greatness even more. Sounds like he's going to get the chance next Sunday. I think it'd be a 4:30 Central Time game, if I'm not mistaken. Going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully the Bills close it out because this is the game I want.
Yeah, I think it's the latest game of the day. I think we're in the East. It's a 6:30 start here because I believe the first game's at 3. So it'll be 5:30 for you all and mostly Chiefs Kingdom. But yeah, it'll be very exciting. I think the weather's still going to be cold. I don't know if there's a ton of snow in the forecast moving forward. But again, around this lake, It changes in a heartbeat, so you never know. But it should be interesting to see the Chiefs playing up in Buffalo. That'll be cool.
It would be, but again, guys, I love it. I love Mahomes versus Josh Allen was the third time in the playoffs, I believe. It's the third time. The third, right?
Yep, third time.
Okay. I think Josh Allen got something to prove. I'm not saying that he's going to be Kansas City, but I do believe that Josh Allen has something to prove. They're tired of getting beat by Kansas City. They're tired.
Yep.
They get their butts kicked all the dang time. They tired. So this is going to be a tougher game. I believe it's going to be maybe a high-scoring game, a pound-for-pound high-scoring game, or it could be a defensive game. It could be a defensive game. So
I don't know. I don't think the Bills defense is going to be stopping anybody in this game. I mean, they're decimated. Their front four is still relatively intact, but now you're asking 3 backups to play linebacker, and they haven't looked very good in the third quarter against Mason Randolph, who, quite honestly, if he had a better first half, maybe this is a closer outcome anyway. But the good news is, the Steelers have made the Bills play into the fourth quarter on a short week, and they got some bumps and bruises, and there's no heating system in Buffalo. So those guys just had a game where they're basically falling on concrete
under the field.
Under the field.
Somebody
exactly.
brought that up. Like you now again, it's a much older stadium. This is the Ralph Wilson Stadium. It's been there, right. I think, almost not as long as Arrowhead, but it's
a few years removed. It's the same design.
It's been there a while, right? But
right.
The Chiefs have done so many renovations to Arrowhead, and I think the biggest thing is at a certain point, it's like, okay, we're going to be playing these playoff games in January. You gotta have some heat under the field, but they don't. You're right. So little bit different, but again, The guys showed this past Saturday night that the elements are not going to bother them. The offense played almost as if, I have to believe, their most efficient game of the year. They came out throwing. I think on the Twitter space, I asked straight up, when you guys saw the first 2 plays, incomplete, what are you thinking? Like, what's happening here? Great calls, though. Andy's first 15 were flawless. They ran them perfectly. I mean, it was a thing of beauty. They could have scored a lot more points.
Did you say Andy's first 15 calls?
Yeah.
Or was it Nagy?
Why are we still talking about this? What
was it?
We're
18 weeks into the season. If it was Nagy called a great game, guys.
Okay.
Nagy called a great game.
Typically, West Coast teams and just about everybody scripts the first 15. So it's a collaborative effort. And I'm pretty sure Andy kind of called, signals them in, or he voices them in. So
it was Andy. It was Andy calling some smooth.
Listen, Matt Nagy's job. Nagy's job is to work on the first 15. He will make 15 play suggestions, and Andy will veto it one way or another. But it's his advanced work. It's his planning. He did this last year too in Kansas City. He was very involved in the first 15, even though he was, quote unquote, the quarterback's coach.
And I'm sure 15 has a lot to do with the first 15.
15 is going to have to do a lot. I'm telling you right now, if I'm Patrick Mahomes and I'm watching this defense and I'm watching this game, they are salivating. They're going to be so fired up to play in Buffalo. It's if they show 75% of the energy they showed Saturday against the Dolphins.
Fourth and 3 in their own end. Mason Rudolph throws incomplete. Buffalo has the ball at about Pittsburgh 30 with 4:50 to go.
Here we go.
Can't trust Pickens, man.
Chiefs are going into Buffalo next week, guys. It's already written on the papers. So looking at that game, man, and watching it right now, I've seen a lot of weakness. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense ain't nothing like the Chiefs defense. They don't got 2 studs on the outside. They don't got 2 great safety. They don't got
they do. One of them was hurt.
They don't got they don't have a great defensive line like the Kansas City Chiefs. So again, if they want to see Mahomes on the road, They want to see the king come here and come to their castle, they raggedy stadium, into the Bill Mafia. Ain't did nothing in real life. We're gonna take that team down. They can dig a snow angel, still dig what you gotta dig out there in Buffalo, because we're gonna make some Buffalo Wild Wings.
Is it possible that this Chiefs defense is still underrated? I mean, after like seeing them play, now I get it. It was Miami, fish out of water, whatever you want to say. But other than one play over the top to Tyreek, they did nothing offensively. Nothing. I mean, even Tyreek, outside of that 53-yard pass, he had 9 yards receiving.
Jay, what did Kareem say?
Well, Cream just said what I said earlier. He said, well, because we blaming Nagy for the offensive woes all year. Then when it works, we say Andy Reid was calling a great game, right? So basically what I'm saying is this. Do we give Nagy his props and say Nagy called a great game?
Well, one, we were talking about the first 15 plays. Okay?
The first 15 plays
that's kind
Nagy.
of that's like a preset thing. No, I'm not saying it's Nagy. I'm saying it's collaborative. I'm sure he has a lot of input, as like Nick was saying, but Patrick's going to have a big impact and a lot of say as to what they're going to run or what he likes, what he doesn't like. So, but overall, the game where, and again, you don't know. You just have to take Coach Reid if it's his offense, even if Nagy's calling the plays. The only problem I could see in that game again was red zone. Chiefs scored 6 times. 4 of them were field goals. In that game, no problem. The defense was lights out, whatever. Now, if it does get a little higher scoring, that can become a problem.
Yeah, here's what I think happened on Saturday. When the Chiefs were in the non-frozen area of the red zone, they scored 2 touchdowns. When they were in the second and third quarter, where that entire end zone was frozen, and even out to about the 10, maybe 15-yard line, it was tough sledding. And I think that's why they kind of struggled some there. And I think that had that field conditions been a little bit better, I think some of those missed opportunities probably would have benefited the Chiefs. But they seem to play a lot better offensively in the red zone in the first and the fourth quarter than they did the second and third. And, again, the heating system in that area of the field was out. They had a hard time getting the turf up or the cover up that tarp, end of the field.
Yeah, the tarp looked like
everybody had to deal with it. But, I think they definitely I think that was some of the reason. Now, that doesn't excuse the drops by, Kelsey probably would have had a touchdown, a couple other missed opportunities. But, I don't think they'll have that problem. The weather's not going to be anything but cold Sunday. All the snow moves out on Wednesday, so they should be okay.
So right now, Kareem says this: those BS third and short courtesy plays were definitely Andy. Laugh out loud.
They were.
Looking at the playoff.
Hold on. We got one more.
John makes a great point.
Yeah, he do. He said when they played in Week 14, the Chiefs had no Brian Cook, no Drew Tranquil, no Donovan Smith, and the biggest one, no Isaiah Pacheco, right? And it was conventional. It was a DPI. Gave them the first down to kick a field goal with 2 minutes left, 2017.
Okay.
So we go.
and Kadarius Toney stepped on the line of scrimmage. So looking at the
playoff pictures, guys. Nobody's seen Houston upsetting the Browns like that. Everybody did.
Hold on. You don't read my article on Saturdays.
Hold on. Everybody
let the man finish.
Except Luke. Luke didn't happen. Eric. The Houston Texans came out and upset, put a beating on the Browns. Now, can Houston go in Baltimore and do the same thing to Lamar Jackson and the crew, and the Chiefs beat Buffalo? Again, where's the AFC Championship goes, guys? Right back here in Kansas City.
Right back in Arrowhead, baby.
So Buffalo can sit here and have their little good game. Everybody going to be jumping off tables and into flaming tables, breaking ribs, and everything else. Wow, the Kansas City Chiefs is on their way to on their way to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. I feel like this is gonna be a great matchup. They had to see Mahomes on the road, but it's gonna have to end with you got to sit down and have dinner and have that talk with the king at his table.
Yeah,
when it's all said and done.
So the question: can Houston go into Baltimore and win?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Okay,
I believe so. No, why I say that? Because y'all gotta understand the way CJ came out there against yo guys, Nick, the Browns, and lit it up, man. He aired it out. I mean, he went out there, not a care in the world, and put his name on the map. I say this: the way CJ played, they play loose. Yep. They play loose, not a care in the world, and that's dangerous, right? Because if you look at what Green Bay did over there against Dallas, they had no care in the world. They was loose. They didn't care. They got nothing to prove. Same thing with CJ. So these rookies coming out there just to prove a point. They don't care. They go out there having fun. Ain't no pressure on them.
No. That's why I think they can go out there and do it. Go ahead. The amazing thing about those two quarterbacks, Jordan Love and CJ Stroud, both their teams scored over 40 points. Both of them threw 21 passes. They both had 16 completions, over 270 yards, 3 touchdowns, whatever. But just the efficiency with what they played with. And I guess the common link is going to be that Shanahan-style offense. Bobby Slowick in Houston, Matt LaFleur with Green Bay. So say what you will about, these big shocks. I think the teams that run that offense properly and they have a quarterback that can execute can score a ton of points, and they don't have to throw a ton of passes. You see Brock Purdy doing it with the originator's son in San Francisco. But it just seemed very odd to me that they both teams scored over 40 points and they only threw the ball 20 times each.
Well, the Texans defense put some points on the board. And
they did, and so did Green Bay. They had a pick.
And so did Green Bay. So when you have those situations, that does pad things. But still, both those games were shocking to me. Now listen, I love the Packers. That's my second favorite team. I was born in Wisconsin. If the Chiefs are out there, that's who I'm rooting for no matter what. But I didn't see that coming. I figured the Cowboys would be a little tense, especially with the rumors that their head coaches could be or might be replaced by Bill Belichick, which probably should happen. If I'm the Cowboys, I go after John Harbaugh and I pay him whatever he wants. But he can turn that franchise around. And the NFC is going to be a lot easier to win a title than it's going to be in the AFC, I think. Because there's so many teams knocking everybody out in the AFC and the NFC. You got two, maybe 3 dominant teams, and that's it. But man, I didn't see that coming.
So you ain't giving Houston no love? You said they ain't a dominant team?
I haven't finished yet. Okay, I think Houston has playing with house money. Nobody's expecting them to win. Nobody expected them to win the AFC South. They're talking about mid-season, maybe. He had that lull where I think he lost 2 or 3 games in a row, had the concussion, and we're talking about draft picks and draft positioning, and then when Dell went down, I thought, well, there's no way. And then Nico Collins just steps up. They've got 2 formidable running backs. Stevenson has come out of nowhere to resurrect his career. He's doing that Damian Williams thing right now, and he's just kind of taking over games that he's in. But do I think Houston can beat Baltimore? I absolutely do, because based on that score and based on the way they played against Cleveland, I would be very worried if I'm the Baltimore Ravens. This is a much tougher matchup for them than it would have been if the Pittsburgh Steelers go up there. As much as I wanted a home game for the Chiefs, this is the best path the Chiefs have to get to the AFC title game, is to win at Buffalo and hope for the Texans upset and see if the kid can do something special, to try to get his team in the Super Bowl. But I definitely give him a chance. And if I'm the Ravens, based on their one-and-done history in the postseason, Lamar Jackson's won one playoff game on the road at Tennessee, and that's it. I'm sorry, guys. I give Houston a much better chance than
as well as Stroud is playing. There's nothing to suggest that he's going to all of a sudden throw in a clunker. right? And D'Amico Ryans has got that defense playing very, very well. I mean, Anderson, I mean, we hear so much about CJ and then Tank Dell, but Anderson on the defensive side of the ball, the edge rusher from Alabama, has had a great season. And there's a bunch of other guys out there too, as well. Petrie in the back end, Stingley Jr. I mean, they've got some players on that side of the ball.
Absolutely.
But I guess the thing, the reason I picked Houston was because for some reason Cleveland's defense is like night and day. At home, they're like a vice. On the road, they're giving up close to 30 a game. And they did that, in that game. And just so anyway, in terms of Houston, like you said, Nick, house money, playing loose, nothing to lose. All the pressure's on Baltimore. You got to give them a puncher's chance. Absolutely.
Yep, I do. I mean, Hense feels more strong about it than I do, but he's been on the Texans from day one. And for CJ Stroud, for me, it was like I thought he was I thought he was probably the best quarterback option of these young quarterbacks, just because he played at Ohio State, played in a system which he could see the field a little bit more pro sets. But I didn't expect this. There's no way I expect him to be this good. And he just doesn't know any different. He won in college, and clearly he's winning in the NFL too.
I'm gonna give you an example with CJ. CJ is clutch. CJ was clutch in college. He's been here in the big stage. It's nothing for him. That's what people don't understand about CJ. He's been in big games. He's been to these games. He knows the what the magnitude is to play one of these games. He has no pressure. He's going out there like, okay, we ain't got Tank Dell, so what? And y'all remember what Stephen A. Smith said to him? He said he doesn't believe in him. He said, ain't no rookie gonna win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So what happened with this? You put a chip on his now my man got a chip on his shoulder now. Oh yeah, bet. Okay.
Well, I think when Bryce went ahead of him, I think that added to the chip. But you saw, like, I think it was his junior. Was it his junior year or his 2 years ago in the Rose Bowl when who said Olave and Garrett Wilson sat out? And Smith and Jigba had a huge game, but CJ Stroud threw for nearly like 500 yards. And then that game in the semifinals, they had Georgia on the ropes. And if Harrison doesn't get hurt in the fourth quarter, late in the third quarter or whatever, they probably win that game. Or if a guy makes a field goal, we're having a different conversation about him winning, a very big game.
Absolutely.
So again, it's hindsight's 2020. He was right there. He was always number 2 through the process, but obviously, Houston did their homework. They loved the kid. I think Ryan Leaf was another one that all the way through the process kept saying that CJ Stroud was the guy. So again, he's played much better than anybody expected. And like I said before, there's no reason to think he's not going to have another good game. Maybe not a great game, but he'll play well enough to give them a chance.
Look, he got ice in his veins, baby. He got ice in his veins. That boy don't feel pressure. That boy got ice in his veins, baby. That man's the first play.
And Nico Collins running routes for him.
Yeah.
Man, who is Nico? Who is Nico Collins, man? Who is the guy?
Speaking of somebody got ice in their veins, Double R has got another record. You know what I mean? For the Kansas City Chiefs, he had 8 receptions for 130 yards and a touchdown. Now, the Chiefs offense is, it took a long time for it finally click. Like you said before, Dre, like we all said on the show, all it takes is one good game and everybody start clicking together. Then they'll start looking the same. But they got to put some more numbers up there when they get in the red zone, because it was out in the red zone. We just, just got a little tricky in here and there. But going into Buffalo, watch out. Not just Travis Kelce you got to worry about, but it's Double R. And just like John stated earlier, he said, Brian Cook, Drew Cranklow, Donovan Smith wasn't in that game, and they was missing. It was no Isaiah Pacheco, and the offensive pass interference got called, and the Chiefs lost by 3 points in that game against Buffalo. So going up in Buffalo, going up in New York, I feel like the Chiefs about to take that W, guys.
But you know, it's crazy. The game's always close to Buffalo between these two quarterbacks. The games always come down to a last point.
Yeah, the Chiefs.
The last play.
Yeah, Chiefs blew them out a few years ago when Clyde Edwards-Helaire had that amazing game. And I think the other thing too is, I don't think in this series between Mahomes and Allen, any team has gone 2-0 against each other. So the Bills have won 3 regular season games in Kansas City, and the Chiefs have won all 3 postseason games. So I think, to me, that's pretty telling. And I think it's going to be difficult for Buffalo. This is probably the team they didn't want. And they're going to have a ton of pressure on them to beat Kansas City. And, if they're this decimated defensively, and some of the lucky bounces and the bounces of the ball and the off the helmets and some of those things that has been the good fortune of the Bills to win the last 5 games of the year plus this game tonight.
It's final.
They might
breaking news. It's final.
Yeah, it's final. Woo! Hey, give the Steelers credit. They did their best. The Bills do what they do. Hey. They won at home against an inferior team. But they certainly had to work for it. It wasn't easy by any stretch of the imagination.
Hey, guys, real quick.
Now your boy,
Bowtie's guy Pickens didn't show up, baby. He didn't show up. He wasn't
He ain't
clutch.
money. He's not money, man.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't money. He has money. He just ain't had no quarterback to throw in the ball.
He had ball Tatum right out the hand.
He talking about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer coming here trying to play quarterback.
Yeah, I know. This is off script, and it was a different team, a different conference. But did anybody watch Puka Nacua last night?
I see your boy Nick. Hey, Lou,
come on, man.
I thought about you, Lou. Puka got busy.
He set, I think he set another NFL record. I think the most receiving yards by a rookie in a playoff.
Hey, look, wasn't that pass interference though? Wasn't that pass interference play on the last drive
when they grabbed his jersey?
It was a pass interference.
Puka, Nuka, George Pickens, Curious George. It doesn't matter. Double R is here to take the date. And he's here to take the Chiefs all the way to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
In his rookie year.
Rashid's the only one still playing.
He's the only one that's still playing right now. So we ain't worried about none of those guys that everybody brought up. Puka Nuka, George Pickens, Curious George.
We'll see
his face. You see his face? He's focused. Now,
yeah.
I don't know if I'm the only Chiefs fan that's been believing that my team going to finish all the way in Vegas. I feel like our team is going to take it all the way there in Vegas, and I feel it in my blood. Hey, it doesn't matter. Bring whoever you got. Bring all Madden team here to Patrick Mahomes. I would take that man all day. That man with the crack helmet. I would take that man, that warrior, that legend warrior himself. That man, Patrick Mahomes. I don't care about nobody else. I would take that man over everybody else. He still was in the game. He was still in the game with his crack helmet, still trying to lead his team down there to the scoring drive.
Well, how do you get your helmet cracked? How do you get your helmet cracked, though?
That's the grim.
You know what I'm doing tonight? I'm going into Photoshop. I'm gonna change it to a broken crown, and he's still gonna take the team all the way there. He did it with one leg and won the Super Bowl. He did it with a broken helmet. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Now they got Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? Come on now. Come on. You don't think the Super Bowl number is going to be all-time level because Taylor Swift is there at the Super Bowl representing Travis Kelce? You see what they did, the numbers in Peacock? It was 23 million. Broke street. That's a stream.
A lot of people complaining about it, but here we are.
It was 23 million.
You know what I loved about that broadcast in the fourth quarter? There were no
commercials. Yeah,
we got to see what goes on the side. I mean, I know because I've reported and been in the press box. But for people who haven't had that experience of being in the press box, you're able to see what goes on. And there was some really cool things that people noticed, like Trey Smith. Man, he just studied which players on the defensive line were going to be in the game, and he watched the sidelines and he looked at who the personnel was. I thought that was fascinating to watch. And Peacock's
legit. Peacock to give you more in detail with a lot of stuff with Peacock.
I wish I know they got sponsors and they were basically on the screen or they were behind, Tirico and what's his name? The former Cowboys head coach. It's escaping my mind.
Jason
Garrett. So, I thought it was fun and fascinating and it's a great look and it's here to stay. This is what I think is going to happen going forward. I think you're going to have 2 Saturday games, 2 Sunday, and now 2 Monday. If the ratings for the Bills game and Steelers game is really high, I could see the wild card weekend getting double headers for 3 straight days. So I wouldn't rule that out. But Peacock made a lot of money.
Yeah,
they probably had a lot of cancellations. But what it gives them is now they've got all these subscribers that they can market to and offer them, 12 months for $10 or $15 or whatever they're going to do. They basically just got, a whole mess of emails and customer information. So kudos to them. They certainly won the night.
So look, if you look at this, man, the Buffalo Bills, they find everything to give a leeway to Buffalo, man. Oh, it's snowing, so we're gonna move the game back. My man was out there with a crack helmet, frozen pinky toes. His daughter, even little Bronze was out there in the cold, in the freezing temperatures, out there in the elements. It doesn't matter. It don't matter.
It's in the gene pool.
We got an update picture from Buffalo, and they, Diggs seen that they won today, and he said, "Oh no, now he's gonna be doing it again." From the sideline, watching the Chiefs Kingdom coming here in a complete snow. Diggs out here watching like, oh no, here come Patrick Mahomes. Mr. 13 seconds himself, Green Reaper, is about to do it to Buffalo again. I'm telling you guys, on Saturday or Sunday, order all the Buffalo Wild Wings you can, because that's what we're going to be eating on when it's come this Sunday.
And you know what, guys? I love this man's confidence, guys. I love Mr. Bowtie's confidence. Man, it's amazing. He probably, hey, Lou, he's better than Flavor Flav. You hear me? you hear me? He is a cheerleader of all cheerleaders, but on some realness. I'll be honest with you. This game with Buffalo and Kansas City is going to be a wild game. It is going to be a wild game. We do not know who's going to win the game for real because they both play similar. And they both got good defense, right? They both can score the ball when they want to.
It's only one good defense, sir.
I don't know. I mean, I Buffalo's, I guess they've played some good defense lately, but they're really, really thin.
But you know what's crazy?
And again, even on this show, we're still underrating how good this Chiefs defense is.
Diggs know who's coming. It's that man right there. That man right there with the layup goal. You know what I mean? No crossing, no touchdowns allowed. Mr. Snead himself is coming to lock down Diggs. Hey, he locked down every receiver that was out there to face in front of him. When he gave Diggs, I think it was like 37 yards, maybe he gave up to Diggs. So now he did it to Tyreek Hill with the finger roll. I thought it was gonna be an interception, but the guys, hey, I'm sorry, I'm hyped. I'm sorry, guys.
Listen.
We need TMZ Todd at night. This is.
I like this. I think we should do this. I think we should switch times. A little bit more lively.
Hype factor is even off the screen.
Listen though. The reason why I say this is because Buffalo play together. They don't have to start in their defense. They play together as a unit. They got the job done against Pittsburgh with the running game. They shut the running game down, right?
Well, they had to pass the ball, though. I mean,
right?
Down 21-0. You got to throw the ball.
Yeah, that's defense, though. They score early and play good defense. They forced them to throw the ball. This is my thing when it comes to both of these teams, right? Yes, Kansas City got a great defense, right? You got Snead, you got McDuffie, right? You got Watson, you got my boy Williams. Get my boy Williams on the other side. You know what I'm saying? We got Jones.
We've done a 180 here, folks.
Nah, because you know what, Lou? He got my respect.
My work here is done.
Drake gonna get credit where give credit where it's due, Drake.
I'm gonna get credit where it's due because Williams showed me a little grit. He showed me a little grit. But what I'm saying is this: we can't take nothing away from both sides because both sides in the cliff can get it done. We've seen Josh Allen get it done in the clutch. We see Mahomes get it done in the clutch.
And it's only one clutch. It's only one clutch guy.
But
there's only one clutch guy.
You got to give that Allen too.
It's only one Jordan, right? It's only one Brady, and it's only one Patrick Mahomes. Now, how can you get on the Madden cover? How can you get on the Madden cover? You ain't did nothing. Then they gave him his signature pass. They gave Patrick Mahomes' signature pass on Madden to Josh Allen. Josh Allen, what you do? You just throw interceptions. I guarantee you this. I guarantee you I'll put money on it. Chiefs are going to take this game, and Chiefs is going to end it there in Vegas. You know why? Because I said so. I believe in my team. And Kingdom, I'm looking into this camera. Kingdom, you should believe in your team too. Don't worry about Buffalo. Don't worry about what Nick say. Don't worry about what Lou say. Don't worry about Jay say. Y'all just come over here. Believe. We believe.
Mr. Superstition, you got no problem with Josh being on the cover? I would think you'd want Josh on the cover of the Madden.
You know what? Hey, real quick, Kareem said this. Kareem said excellent work of evolving and accepting of number 2, coach. You dang right I did, because I seen the physicality. You right? Last of all place, he's been there, even though he got snatched on, but he was right there. I love the effort, I love the physicality, and he got a little swag to him. I like that in Williams, right? But my thing with Williams is this: just be consistent, my guy. Just be consistent. Be consistent.
Now, Nick, can you get this picture frame for me? Just get it. I want this picture frame.
Yes,
I want it over. I'm putting it in my room over my bed.
You send it to me. I got you covered. I got you covered. It looks like there's a camera. It looks like there's a camera in there. You know, that's like it's mechanical, and it goes right to his eye. That's like okay, I can see things no one else can.
That's his third. That's his
computer brain.
That's his third eye.
Hey, honestly, I think this is the signature picture of Patrick Mahomes, and this represents Mahomes very well. He's a warrior. Mahomes is a warrior. He's a cyborg.
Like Kareem said on Spaces. He said, if you're a Chiefs fan, enjoy this moment. We remember sitting on the couch like the Cardinals, right? We remember being in those years. We remember not getting nothing against the Cardinals, nothing against the Cardinals. I'm just saying, like, we remember sitting in those years, like bags over our head.
Shots fired.
People flying banners over the Arrowhead Stadium. You know what I mean? We came a long way. You know what I mean? We came a long way to be in the playoffs. This man been in the playoffs ever since he's been in the league. Since he stepped foot in the league, he's been in the playoffs.
Championship game every year.
Yeah.
Every
think
year.
About that. Every year.
Yeah.
5 years in a row, he has played in the title game. And, at home, and look at his performances. I mean, okay, he had 2 bad halves. Right. First half against the New England Patriots, the first run, and the second half against the Bengals. And other than that, the guy's been brilliant. And he's beat the best of the best. And he's beat teams, and he's beat quarterbacks that all say, a lot of people have said, well, they're better. You know, and again, I don't think anybody wants to face Kansas City. You know, I think Chris Mortensen had a really good quote on Twitter today. I should have saved it. We'll maybe bring it up Wednesday, but he basically said, the Chiefs figured it out. They know who their go-to guys are. This defense is special. Mahomes was electric. And at the end of the day, you look at that and go, Mortensen's been around an awful long time.
Remember who you are.
Yeah. And they don't care. I think Andre makes a good point. You know, the defense. If they contain Josh Allen at at several points during the game, I think they're going to get their due if they win this football game.
Right.
And who knows what happens with the Ravens. I mean, we're going to know Saturday. The Ravens play at
first
I think
game.
2:30, 3:30, whatever it is. So we're going to know by Saturday night if the Chiefs have a chance to host the 6th straight championship game, and that's going to be fascinating. So I think it's going to be great to watch. I'm so excited about this. I've wanted to get this man on the road to silence his critics, and what better place to go than Buffalo. Now, if you've ever been to Buffalo Stadium, And if you're a Chiefs fan and you're going, I'm going to warn you, the fan experience is awful. The stadium itself is kind of junky.
It's old.
If you're losing, keep your hoodie on because you will find things poured over your head that no Chiefs fan should experience. And firsthand from some family members that went to the 93 the game with the Montagna and Kelly. Yeah. They got some bodily fluids thrown their way, beers. It's you saw snowballs coming out today. You know, it's go there to root your team, but you're not going to find the experience all that great. But if you win, it's going to be awful fun to watch.
And once again, we don't care about nothing about Buffalo and they Wild Wings. We look, no sponsor, no, nothing against the sponsor Buffalo Wild Wings. But again, hey, you pour pee or somebody or body fluids on the Chiefs Kingdom, we will come there. Ain't no short flight.
Hey, damn all that. Hey, Buffalo Wild Wings, you want to sponsor us still? We'll sponsor you, Buffalo Wild Wings. Hey, I'm gonna throw it out there like that. But you want to give us some love? Give us some love, man. The man's tripping over here because he's not a Josh Allen fan. I said I didn't care about no Josh Allen. Let's cut the noise.
He killed one of our other sponsorships last week. What are you doing, Todd?
He's
I didn't kill no sponsorship, man. How did I get a sponsorship by saying they called them Buffalo Wild Wings?
Potential sponsorships. Let's put it that way.
All right, so who's Buffalo Wild Wings?
Who's the guy that the Chiefs, I guess, need to shut down because it seems like every
Josh
time
Allen,
they play somebody else, well, outside of Allen, where like Gabe Davis went crazy, obviously, in the 13-second game.
Did he play? He didn't play tonight.
He didn't play today. I don't know if he's playing. Now, Shakir seems to be the guy that's like up and coming, but he doesn't get that many shots. He doesn't get that many targets. Right. Diggs still, to me, doesn't look right.
The old Diggs, he doesn't.
It kind of shocked me in the Miami game where he actually did get deep, but mostly everything he's catching is at the line of scrimmage or just beyond. So I'm not. So again, I think it's going to come down to, in my opinion, it's going to be Kincaid, it's going to be Knox.
It's going to be Josh Allen, I think,
and number 4.
I think Josh Allen's the guy you got to stop. I think Josh Allen, because if you don't contain Josh Allen,
well, you're not going to stop him.
That's what I'm saying. You got to contain Josh Allen.
I put it like this, guys. It's y'all know what happened. Y'all know what happened to Diggs. You know what happened to Jefferson. You know what happened to all the receivers. You know why they playing like they is? Because it was one man. It was one man that put out the blueprint. He put out the blueprint how to shut these guys down. And T-Cuff and L'Jarius Sneed. Think about it. After Diggs played the Chiefs, he wasn't the same, right? Diggs was lighting everybody up. He was lighting everybody up. Then he played Sneed and McDuffie. Then he wasn't the same. Then Jefferson too. Jefferson was lighting everybody up. Then he played Sneed. Now he got a hamstring. Tyreek Hill was lighting everybody up. Then he played Sneed. He got pushed into the dirt, and he ain't the same no more. So I put it like this: one man to stop. If it ain't Josh Allen, it's going to be Diggs. It's his go-to target. It's got to be Diggs.
Well, like I said, the tight ends seem to be the ones that kind of hurt the Chiefs a little bit the first time, more so than the wide receivers. And if they get Kincaid and Knox out there at the same time, you're not going to spot. You can't really spy Josh Allen then. Mm-hmm. So you got to those rush lanes have to be. You got to keep the integrity.
And remember, he's going to take
like hell. He doesn't get out of the pocket, because once he does, you saw that 52-yard run today where it looked like they thought he was going to slide, but he just kept going and he scored.
Got to hit him.
That is the Steelers defense. That is not the Chiefs defense. We are not worrying about what Josh Allen going to do over here. I'm sorry, guys.
He's going to run like a running back.
We got Bowtie, aka Flavor Flav, in the house, man. You hear me?
But I don't care. I'm gonna say
this. Everything but the clock.
Come on, man. Talk heavy. So here's the skinny minis. This was going on right now. You have to stop Josh Allen and contain him, because if he got that pocket, he's going to make plays.
Yeah, that's what he said. If you don't come out, but what everybody else is saying in the chat, Dre?
Well, we have a plethora of stuff right here, so we're gonna go with this. So Tom Hood said Bills have the worst fans next to Philly. Hello. And Kareem said Diggs might as well not show up for work. Sunday's knee is going to put him in witness protection.
Sweet. All right.
We got another for Benson. He says so they are not classy. They're not a classy fan. Basically, going to Buffalo is like Jerry Springer.
It's like one of Jerry.
Yeah, I'm being really kind
what I'm getting is this. Yeah. So are y'all telling me that Buffalo fans are horrible? The
there's always
what are we saying about Buffalo?
There's a faction of fans that are horrible. Most fans are probably pretty even keeled. They're there to watch the game, whatever. But there is a handful that goes there to start trouble. I mean, quite honestly, and they're typically there 3-4 hours before the game, getting hammered in the parking lot. By the time they get in the game. And it's a night game. They'll be all lubricated. It's going to be nuts.
Shut up! They're going to be filled with juices.
It's an hour and a half drive from here. I'm sitting on my couch.
No way.
Oh, you got to go, Lou.
No way in hell. No way.
You got to go, Lou. Lou, we're gonna pay for you to go. How much the ticket?
I don't care what it costs. I'm not sitting in that frigid cold.
He's not in that frigid cold.
You got to wear a Chiefs Blitz hoodie.
Now, if you guys want to go, I'll go as a unit. We can be the Chiefs Blitz.
We go as the Avengers. We will go as the Avengers. All right.
That's right.
Yeah. They're gonna show Lou get thrown through a table.
I need an entourage, so the bodyguards, right?
John said this. He said they threw a lot of screen to Diggs today. The Chiefs blows up a lot of screens, so the key is stopping Kincaid and Knox and Allen scrambling. Facts.
Yeah, that's the same thing. What Lou said, man.
Yeah,
John, we love your comments, man. You was right. And again. Who cares? Because only one man does care. The only one man who cares is, David Purdy. Go ahead.
There he is.
There's Dave.
Our good friend Dave Purdy with Supreme Lending. If you're looking for a specialist that's going to work with you to try and find the best mortgage fit for you and your family, Dave Purdy's your guy. Give him a call at 816-405-5831. Dave is working with me and Mrs. Chiefs Blitz, and right now trying to get the right loan for houses that we're looking at. Hopefully we'll make a decision soon. You've been through this experience. It's a good thing you got people that you can trust, and I certainly do trust Dave to make sure he's going to get us the best loan product available for my family. So again, if you're looking for an expert, someone is going to walk you through the entire process and make sure you get the best rates you can with the best deal. And rates are coming down. Property values are holding steady. It's a good time to buy. And if you buy in the next couple of months, you can always refinance within a year. It's an election year. I'm sure rates are going to switch again, probably for the better. So give Dave a call at 816-405-5831. We love Dave because he is
pretty
good.
That's right.
Josh Allen, not pretty good. So when it's all come down again, these guys, I'm sorry, guys. When my team, Dre seen me watch the game before. Dre sit here and watch the game with me before. He see I am.
He's superstitious, man.
I put it like this, guys.
Have you ever been kicked out?
No,
almost. I almost was. I almost was.
Yeah.
The man told me he's on the other side of the couch. Man, I said, "What?"
I remember that first Super Bowl when the Chiefs played. My brothers came over and they was all talking about. My one brother was like, "Oh, I told you the Chiefs were gonna lose." They was losing. I kicked them out. I said, "You and your family got to go back the baby up." As soon as he left, he start with it again. So I put it like this, guys. Just get ready for a good game. Just glad that your team is still standing there in the end, even though that it didn't look like that at the beginning of the year. Not in the middle of the year. A lot of people said the Chiefs weren't going to be here at this moment. Even some Chiefs fans were throwing Patrick Mahomes under the bus. Can you believe that?
Yep.
The man that got, the man that took the 50-year drought away from the Chiefs kingdom. You know what I mean? Someone was throwing him under the bus. Someone was throwing shots at Brett Veach. Someone was throwing them all, hey, you know who you are.
They still are.
they still
will.
That's never going to change. But again, The Chiefs are here, guys. Celebrate your team. If you go there, don't have no fear, no Buffalo. Please. Hey,
No.
like I'm a big fan of Batman. You know what he said to Superman? He said, "Do you bleed?" He said, "If you don't, you will." So, hey, you don't fear nobody. You don't fear nobody. You gonna go there and watch your game. You support your team. You from Kansas City. We are the show me state. You support your team. You don't care about nobody behind you cheering for Buffalo. You don't care about the next man next to you peeing on himself or throwing himself through the table. You don't care about none of that.
Hold on. Wait. I do care about getting pissed on. I do care about that part. Now we ain't gonna do that. I'll tear Buffalo up. No, don't do that. Now.
I'm just trying to light a fire in front of my team. Hey, we here Sunday. Go ahead, Nick.
All right. I'm gonna give you the official forecast. 22 during the day, 17 at night. Winds are going to shift from the west-southwest to southwest, about 10 to 11 miles an hour. Game time, it could be as high as 15 miles an hour, which means those winds are going to be coming up, and it's going to be a problem for the kickers. And the Bills lost their punter today. He pulled a hamstring. I think they're going to obviously have to sign a punter. He's also their holder.
I told you
that's a big thing. It's going to rain. Basically, a couple of looks like 3 out of the next 4 days, but it should be okay for Sunday. The clouds will finally break, but it's still going to be cold.
Okay, that sounds like
it'll be a little warmer than this past weekend in Kansas City. That's for sure.
Sounds like a Chiefs game.
Props to those guys. I mean, I rewatched the game and I was just in awe, absolute awe, as to how Mahomes threw the ball with zip that we haven't really seen in the last 4 or 5 weeks. And those receivers, especially Rice
catching the ball out of the air.
He
wasn't wearing gloves either, was he?
No, I'm baffled. You know, even the other guys. I mean, MVF's got a catch, and I think everybody cheered. And you know, you had other guys who had one shot, and they caught the ball. And I just marveled at it. And you know, Andy said something interesting after the game, where I think Patrick said it too, that they were surprised. The Dolphins were surprised that they threw the ball so much. But with all the injuries they had, it made a lot of sense. And then Pacheco had a solid first drive. I mean, the Chiefs have figured out the formula, and it's Mahomes, it's Pacheco, it's Rice, it's Travis Kelce. And on those occasions that those guys are covered, Noah Gray, you know, on the occasion those guys are covered, I think he has confidence. Now, the Hardman thing, listen, I know a lot of people are bashing his effort, but they have to look at this in the bright side. They were throwing the ball deep, and they had opportunities to complete passes if Hardman had run better routes. But they showed the Bills that they're going to take shots down the field. And with a depleted, you know, linebacker crew and having to ask corners and safeties to play more roles up front in the front seven, that's going to be very telling. And I think even though Hardman had a horrible game, made some mistakes, the Chiefs threw the ball for the second game in a row down the field, and it opened up a lot of things in the middle of the field. So, you know, take the shots. Didn't cost them anything. You know, it just tells them that, hey, we're gonna make these plays. We're gonna try to make these plays, and you never know. Maybe a better officiating crew, he at least gets one pass interference penalty, and it's something completely different.
Well, like I say, one of the best offensive weapons is the underthrown deep ball, almost undefeated. But the key to that is the wide receiver making an effort back towards the ball, where you saw one receiver, Tyreek Hill, who tracks the ball, in my book, better than any receiver.
You said that the other day, Lou.
I did. Any receiver I've ever seen. And, you know, McDuffie, he was beat, so he was going so fast that he ran right by him. But Tyreek comes back for the ball. But even if he doesn't, like on Hardman's play, that was very similar. If you just make an effort back towards the ball, the defender's going to run into you. You're going to get the PI.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, what people are pissed about. And then on the hold, where he gets held on going the other direction, he kind of, I don't want to say he gave up, but he certainly just slowed down. Like, hey, I got a. It's like in basketball, I got a foul. Well, go ahead and finish the play. Try to get the 3-point play. Right?
Finish the play, guys.
His head coach is going to be in his grill. They watched game film on Sunday. I'm sure he was in his grill, and I'm sure Patrick was too. But, you know, he got the shots that MVS was getting in the games before. And I did appreciate the fact that they tried to hit MVS on that long pass. And, I can't imagine throwing 50-yard bombs in that kind of conditions.
Much the same. It was underthrown. Just come back towards the defense. You might get a call.
Yep.
Man, they should. I don't know. But man, shout out to Miko Hardman, man. Miko Hardman is a good fit for what.
He is. Like I love Miko Hardman, man. I think he should come back next year. On a 1-year deal. Everybody want Diggs. Everybody want. I mean, not Diggs, but Higgins. But I say go get AJ.
Absolutely.
I say go get Hollywood Brown. Bring him over here for your deep threat.
Give me Michael Pittman. Give me Michael Pittman from the Colts.
Man, I don't know.
Michael Pittman from the Colts.
You look with teams. Looking at other teams. And those Green Bay receivers. I mean, what? Jaden Reed in the second round. I don't know where they got Dontavian Wicks was later in the draft. Watson, I think Watson caught 1 ball. Jaden Reed caught 0 passes. Yesterday.
He was 3 for 0.
Dubs went crazy, and they still win by like 40 points. So that's what I'm saying.
But the crazy part about it though, Lou, is good point because they young.
Trust the scouts,
young, and they
draft 2 more receivers, and
go young.
Yeah, kind of wash away the bitter taste of the McCole Hardman pick.
And you save a lot of money.
Now again, guys. Again, before we close out, can y'all now see it? Like everybody looked at it like I was crazy at the beginning of the year. Yeah, I said this guy's he looked like Larry Fitzgerald to me. He looks like Larry Fitzgerald, but he wears a number 4.
brother Todd, we've seen the light.
We've
seen the light, and the light was wearing number 4.
Lou, you gotta let him have it, Lou. You gotta let him have it, man.
It is so bright now. It is so bright, I can't even see.
That man's over there melting.
I forgot to post it. He shared my stuff on his story, and I shout out Rice. Thank you for sharing. But again, hey guys, we have our own Larry Fitzgerald on our team. Everybody said this. I think he's Larry Fitzgerald, and then is when it's all said and done. Is that Buffalo, look out. So we'll come back to you guys on Wednesday.
Wait, real quick. John says, "Do y'all see the Willie Gage tweet earlier?"
Yeah, we seen it. He said I said that was a Chiefs favorite. I think there's a Chiefs best linebacker on the team. My opinion.
Yeah, your opinion.
Yeah, your opinion. I think Bolton's better. But listen, Willie Gay, I mean, it's a new Twitter account, not a lot of followers, but it does appear that it is definitely him. And it's probably also clear the Chiefs have said, you know what, Willie, we're probably not going to meet your asking price. And I don't know about the timing of it all. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's the thing that
kind of bothers me a little bit.
It came out of nowhere. Yeah, it did.
I'm sure in the locker room on Tuesday or on Wednesday, he'll say something, and maybe he was just having fun, and who knows. But Willie's a unique guy. That's for
because
sure.
outside of a really big extension, how much negotiating is going on with, again, no disrespect to Willie Gay, but maybe a second tier player? I mean, are they really talking contract right now?
Player. He's a starter, sir.
He's a starter, but I'm saying, okay, if you're looking at the first tier players like Chris Jones, Snead, guys that are like absolute, all pro type players that you're definitely bringing back. Willie Gay, great player. Love him. I absolutely love the kid. I thought he was going to be great. He's not quite there. I don't know if he's going to get there, but he's not somebody that's essential. And you hate to say that, but if there's only so much money to go around.
Yes.
But watch it out now.
Yes.
But watch it out now, though.
Okay, well, me reading into the tweet, I read what I got from it is, okay, guys, it looked like the Chiefs is going to be on the road all the way through the playoffs. So this probably be my last time playing in Arrowhead, when they play. That's when they play Miami. That's where I got from it.
Yeah, I hear you, and maybe they caught him off guard, but it just, I'm sure after he went back and saw it or thought about what he said, he's like, it may be true, but do I really want to say that going into this game?
Yeah, he told people to chill. Well, he told people to chill. So who knows? I agree. I agree with Tom. He shouldn't be
But it's
tweeting
too
this
early
stuff up
though,
right now.
right, Nick? It's too early to say that. Like, wait till
Yeah.
after the season. Don't mess up, the
because his
have people's
teammates
heads all jacked up. Yeah.
If this is him, his teammates are going to give him an earful. We don't want any negative stuff. They have a chance to bury the Buffalo Bills for a while because they've got some cap issues. They got some guys that are unhappy. I think that you're definitely in a situation where, this is a moment to shut up Josh Allen and the Bills and McDermott because they will go backwards after this if they lose this home game.
If Brother Hense's vision is correct, and it probably is, right? And Patrick somehow drags this team to a Lombardi, this now I guess maybe elevates him even higher.
He's the GOAT.
Than we have him, right?
Best
you
ever.
gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. All right, listen, Dave Purdy. All right, Dave Purdy just responded. Dave Purdy left a comment.
Hey, Dave, what's up, man?
What's up, Dave?
Great.
Why do we love Dave?
Show, gentlemen. Because he's
pretty good.
That's right. So Purdy says, "Great show, gentlemen. Nephew Nathan from Vegas. Hope you make it all the way to Vegas."
Nephew in Vegas. Hey, Dave, I'm crashing at his pad, so I'll take the couch.
Yeah,
it's all good.
And don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss any of this hilarious content on a regular
Nathan,
basis.
we expect you
man.
to be
especially during the playoffs.
No.
Spread the word in Nevada, man, especially Vegas. Let's do it.
Okay, before we close out, let's get right back into our sponsors of the show.
Like Dave Purdy.
Like Dave
Purdy.
Yeah. Let's go ahead.
All right, we're going to talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes, with the Eric Haynes Group. You can reach him at 816-729-3785. If you're looking for a trusted real estate advisor, Eric is your guy. You can reach him on his email, esellskc@gmail.com. The great thing about Eric is he's a huge Chiefs fan. He's a good friend. When we decided to start that Chiefs Blitz, he was one of the first people who called me up and said, "Hey, what can I do?" I said, "Hey, you want to be a sponsor?" He said, "Absolutely." So he signed up, and we appreciate that. So in turn, want to make sure that if you're looking for a house in Kansas City, give Eric a call, 816-729-3785.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who.
Proud sponsor of Chiefs Who. And of course, Dave Purdy was supreme. I want to give Dave a shout out at 816-405-5831. Again, another guy, ran into him at Arrowhead during a preseason game. We used to work together a long time ago in the mortgage business. He said the same thing. What can I do to help? Excuse me. And here he is. So if you're looking for somebody that's, again, going to walk you through the experience, find the best loan possible for your family. Interest rates are coming down. Again, debt consolidations is another big thing. If you've got credit cards, they're all time the prime rate. The prime rate's at the highest it's been in a long time, which means your credit card interest rates are anywhere from 24 to 29%. You may have a mortgage in the 3 or 4 or 5% range. Might still be a good time to consolidate. But, hey, you're not going to know until you give Dave a call at 816-405-5831 and let him walk you through the process. We love Dave because he is
pretty good.
Pretty good for you, Dave. We love you, buddy.
All right.
Well, let's go ahead. I'm about to go ahead and give the shout outs. Tom Hood was going on. Dave Purdy, appreciate the love, my guy. One of the best to do it. That's our number one sponsor and all that. And above, Ken St. Clair, appreciate the love. Of course, Vincent, what up? What's going on, Vincent? We got John again. What up, John? My boy Kareem. And again, guys, keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Again, we'll be back. We'll be back Wednesday. And with that said, guys, you know what time it is. We don't care if they in Buffalo. We don't care if they where they at. We will still be bringing our energy and make that stadium red.
We are shuffling off the Buffalo.
We're gonna bring it to the stadium, guys. I'm trying to tell you. I'll tell you, Taylor Swift is gonna break the numbers. She's gonna break the numbers today. I'm telling you guys.
I need you to teach me and Nick how to do that.
Okay.
Y'all funny.
All right, guys. We see you guys Wednesday at noon.
Look at Swifty, man. Like, she is jacked.
All right, everybody. Have a great one. We'll be back on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Thank you to Eric and Dave and and all the fans who took part of the show today. Subscribe on the YouTube channel at Chiefs Blitz and ChiefsBlitz.com. We'll have promoting the big game this week.
Go Chiefs.